Hey Verbal Squad, welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to be giving you guys college advice. I know it's been a long time. I know you guys see it in a different setting. I moved since the last video. Yes, we did move during quarantine. No, I did not make a video about it. I'm so sorry. I was busy with my senior year of high school. That was a bit much. I'm in my freshman year of college. I'm giving you guys advice based off my first couple of weeks in in college, and I've been holding up pretty well. If you know me personally, you know I've been working 3 jobs and doing CJEP, which is what college is in Canada, well in Quebec. It's a bit much if you think of it, but if you use the tips and tricks that I'm using, you can basically do what I'm doing right now. So for like our first subsection, because you guys already know I always do subsections, the first one will be clothing. The goal basically with your clothes is always going to be to stay comfortable. Okay, yeah, I understand your first couple of days or your first couple of weeks or whatever, you're going to want to look cute, even though you only have 15 weeks in a semester when you're in college, but you're obviously going to want to look cute. Okay, so I'm going to give you advice, right? Get you your little piece of clothing, your little accent pieces that you're going to wear your first couple of days or weeks, and then you're gonna slowly turn into your joggings, leggings, whatever. Make sure you have your basics, like your basic cropped white tee, your basic cropped black shirt, like your little turtlenecks. Make sure you have your turtlenecks. Make sure you have like your v-necks, whatever. Like make sure you have like the staple pieces, right, that are plain. You're always gonna want to accessorize. Like you see, I always accessorize like the simple fits, because like just imagine the shirt would be like so basic without like my jewelry. Like I feel like you can put jewelry with anything, it will look good. So get your joggings, okay, get your jogging sweatsuits, because that is key, especially when it's going to get into the colder seasons, because when you go to school most of the time it is during the cold season. So make sure you have that. Make sure you have your little windbreaker, and when I say windbreaker, I'm not really talking about those like thin windbreakers. I'm talking about like a thin jacket. So I'm gonna insert a little video so you guys can see. The windbreaker doesn't necessarily have to be big, it doesn't have to be a big puffer, which is my next topic. You also want to make sure that you have a puffer, because when I tell you, like, are you from New York even? Do you got a puffer even? Like, if you don't have your puffer, it's an issue. It's an issue. If I don't see y'all with your puffers, stepping out with your puffers this summer, this winter, it's an issue. It's an issue. I don't want to see anybody without their puffers. Like, what do you mean? And then with that, okay, in the colder season, you want to make sure you have your little boots. Like, I have my tall knee boots, okay, but I'm not gonna be wearing that the whole thing. That's just like a fall and like a spring type boot. For winter itself, I normally wear black Tims. I have black Tims, or I wear like black Tims, or you get Uggs. This winter, seeing the fact that there are these Uggs that exist, get the plastic Uggs, because like you don't want any water seeping through. And if you get your Tims, make sure you get the waterproof ones, because yes, there are Tims that are not waterproof and the leather ends up like peeling off. Thank you. So the next topic is gonna be about your friends, because I know you guys think that, oh, your friends, it doesn't impact you at all, but I'm speaking from experience. Your friends do impact you. Like, you're not gonna think about it, you don't think like it's a real thing, but trust me, it is. Okay, so keep your circle small. Make sure you're with like the good, like when I say the good people, I'm not talking about the most popular people that are known. First of all, don't go for the bigger crowds. Don't go for the people that are like popular, whatever. Like, you can be chill with them, but like don't try to like keep them in your circle, because all I have to say is a lot of drama does come from those big circles, or those the people that are well known. Okay, basically the goal is, if you want to be known, be the popular loner, basically. As per like your friends, like your choice selection, make sure you're not looking for the people that are heavily in drama, that you see in drama. Even if you're the type of person not to indulge in like things that your friends are into, like for example, your friend is is beefing with someone, that means you're not gonna talk to that person, or you're just you're gonna stay out of their issues. You always end up getting sucked in, whether you like it or not. See the fact that I'm telling you what not to look for, I'm telling you what to look for. Look for people that are more in your alley, people that, for example, if there's a party going on like tomorrow night and you have an exam the day after. Like, that friend is gonna be like, okay, well, you have an exam, let's make sure we study for that exam. And you know, they have their priority straight and your priority straight. Like, they're gonna motivate you. Even if they're not gonna motivate you, just make sure that they have their head on their shoulders, because we don't want no bobbleheads around here. We don't have time for that. We literally don't have time for that. Bobbleheads can stay at the party. Thank you. Alright, so I know, like, when you start college or your senior year in high school, you start working, you know, because, like, it's either out of necessity, like you moved out, or you literally just you have to support your family. Like, whatever the case may be, if you're working out of necessity, what I do recommend doing, why are you laughing? What I do recommend doing is trying to work before your classes. Let's say, for example, I have a class at 2 o'clock, okay? I have a class at 2 o'clock, it takes me 2 hours to get there. What I do is try to wear neutral clothes to work, depending on where you work, or put like a change of clothes in your bag, and try to work beforehand. So I work like a 7 to 11, and then directly after work I make my way to school, and then after school I have the time to do homework and then relax, because not having that extra time to relax before bed is very stressful. Okay, it's very important that you guys take that relaxed time when you get home. So not only the people that work out of necessity, but the people who work in their free time. Now, what I do recommend doing is doing between 15 and 25 hours. What you can do, right, is work little mini shifts every day of the week, or majority of the week, and do one long shift on the weekend. Or what you can also do is working 2 days in the week, so that'll be like 2 to 3 days, I should say, in the week. So that'd be either 10 or 15 hours within 3 days, and then work one long shift on the weekend, so that in all, you can at least have that 1 day off on the weekend, which is also what I recommend for people who work out of necessity. Make sure you have that 1 day that you do not work whatsoever, like no work, no school. It's just you and yourself. You can do a little bit of homework or whatever, but no classes. Like, you need that time for yourself. Make sure you schedule the time properly, okay? All right, now it's for the most important part of the video, school, because it is college advice. It's not just like college socially. We're talking college academically also, because you want your R score. If you're living in Quebec, you know what an R score is. You want your R score, which is basically your GPA, to be up there. You want it to be nice, okay? So basically, okay, if you take public transportation like I do, what I recommend doing is reading your notes, especially if it's a long drive, a long ride, basically. For example, me, it's like an hour and a half to 2 hours, depending on what's going on, depending on the bus. The bus takes forever. Yeah, so make sure you can take a picture of your notes if you don't feel comfortable taking out a whole notebook or a whole laptop. So get it on your phone, read through your notes. If you have AirPods in, you can like have it read to you. If you wrote it on your like something. If you're driving, record yourself reading your notes. You would do that on your day off, which I did, right? I put that in, you know, from when you were working. So basically, when you're not working, I meant to say. So basically, you would record yourself reading your notes and then play it on the aux. Then for you to retain that information that you read or reread, whatever the case is, you rewrite it by hand. No matter if you wrote it on a computer, no matter if you no matter if...
Have you ever had a dream that you had?
No matter if you wrote it originally, make sure you rewrite it. And when you rewrite it, make sure like you're writing the key points and how, like, you write exactly how you understand it. Do not write word for word what's in your notes unless that's how you take your notes, like how you understand it. Rewrite it how you understand it, okay? And if that in all is too much for you to do, just make sure you at least reread the day after, right? A week after, and the day or two before your exam, so that way you'd have that information in your head already, if like it's something that you generally understand. But if, for example, it's something that you know you're gonna take some time to understand, use the other tips. When it comes to applications, I'd say Photomath and Quizlet are both your best friends, because Photomath will give you an example of how you solve that question. Yes, it will solve it for you, but in a sense, it will give you the step-by-step of how you get to that answer, and not just giving you the answer, so you can use that for other questions with that like type of question, okay, that type of equation. And when it comes to Quizlet, you will use your notes, especially if you took it on a laptop. You take your notes and you transfer it there, and basically make yourself a like a flashcard set. On top of that, if you're writing an essay, I recommend Grammarly, because it corrects you in every way possible. And if you do have a subscription, you can get it sent to an actual human who can check for plagiarism, check for grammar mistakes, check to see if there's anything that the system itself missed, and you'll be completely fine. Now, as per organization, what I recommend doing is putting everything on reminders and calendar. So reminders would basically be your little checklist, right, for the day of what you need to do. So you do that like on your way to school in the morning if you take public transportation, or the night before if you drive. And what calendar will do will basically give you the big things, like you have an essay to give in, or you have an exam, or whatever the case is. And what you can do in calendar, if you have a device, like an Apple device, is it'll sync to every single Apple device you have under that iCloud, which is my next piece of advice. Make sure you sync all your devices no matter what. So if you know your phone, you have a Samsung but you have a MacBook, sync it through Google. Sync it through Google. You don't have to use iCloud. Sync it through Google. Make sure you have everything under the same name, same account, everything, so that you will get reminders on both devices, because you're obviously going to look at each device at some point. Okay? Utilize your free time when it comes to you being in class. You finished an evaluation or whatever the case is, and the teacher says you can leave after, don't leave. Do not leave, okay? If the teacher lets you, make sure you utilize that time to rewrite your notes. If you don't have anything after class, like rewrite your notes, do schoolwork. If your teacher lets you stay and do other classwork, utilize that time. Make sure it's okay with your teacher first. When it comes to your breaks, if you know you have a lightweight homework, like you have a forms to give in, or you have like a 5-question homework to give in, do that during your breaks while you're eating or while you're on your phone. Like, it's so simple. You can do that, get it over with, so that when you go home, you don't have to worry about doing that. Because as I said, it's very good for you to do everything during the day. When it comes to you coming home, it's a little bit of homework and then you go to bed. Like, it's that simple. Other than that, make sure that you stay organized and you try to link your schedule up with people around you, so there's no clashing and you don't feel like you're not getting to socialize, or you're not getting because I know it's not your pinpoint, but at the same time, you will feel at some point alone, and that is not good for your mental health. Trust me, I know. I made sure that my stuff is synced with people around me, so that way I can go home the same time as them. That's like my socialization time. Because I don't get that very often. I don't get to go out a lot because of school and work. All of that together, it should have you good. It should have you good. Alright guys, thank you for watching my video. I hope the tips that I gave you guys helped. If you guys want a part 2, because I do have more tips, let me know. I will be making videos more often now. Just more often than before, just not often. I don't know if that makes sense. So I'll be making a video every 2 weeks, and it will be coming out on Saturday night or Sunday during the day. So I hope you guys have an amazing week. Bye guys.